There's a sentence that tells you everything about how football used to see itself. September 1996, Arsenal Football Club announced their new manager, a Frenchman largely unknown to English football. And the response from fans, from journalists, from the game itself was a three-word question: Arsène who? That question aged badly. Within 2 years, Wenger had won the double, then another double in 2002. Then, in the spring of 2004, he did something that no top-flight English club had managed in over 100 years. He took Arsenal through an entire league season without losing once. 38 games, not one defeat. They called them the Invincibles, and for a while that word felt like it meant something permanent. The team played fluid, intelligent football. Names like Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, and Robert Pires, among many others, were very critical to the team's success during this time. For a certain generation of football fan, watching Arsenal during those years was pure entertainment matched by great results, but even the best stories have a turning point. In 2006, Arsenal moved from Highbury to the Emirates. It was an ambitious move, but it costed them nearly everything. The financial burden of the move took a toll on the club, especially during the transfer market. They couldn't afford to buy any new players. As a result, between 2005 and 2014, 9 years, Arsenal won nothing. Not a cup, not a league. Nothing. And the cruelest part wasn't the losing. It was that they were so close season after season, but they always drop points when it matters the most. In other words, they bottle it. In 2014, Arsenal won the FA Cup, which under any other circumstances would be celebrated. But Arsenal fans weren't content. 9 years of drought since winning a gold Premier League, and now the FA Cup doesn't seem like an achievement. They knew what this club was capable of. In May 2018, Arsène Wenger stood in front of the cameras and said goodbye. The end of an era. What followed was a dark period in Arsenal fans' minds. After Wenger, Arsenal tried Unai Emery, a decorated manager known for winning the Europa League. His time at Arsenal was a complete failure. Somehow his tactics never clicked with the players. By November 2019, he was gone too, barely 18 months in. That winter, Arsenal finished 8th, their lowest point in a quarter century. The club that had never finished outside the top 4 under Wenger had now done it twice in 3 years. A change had to be made, and that change brought Mikel Arteta, former Arsenal captain. By that point, he hasn't managed a first team before, but he played for the club and seemed like someone who understood what it needs. Arteta faced a lot of struggles in the beginning. The squad was young, they played beautiful football, but they under-delivered. In his first full season, Arsenal finished 8th again. He was famous for, quote, trusting the process. Yet the fans were tired of waiting, going one season after another without any trophies. The doubts started to cast on Arteta and his Arsenal project. Many called for his sacking, but soon enough the pieces started falling into place. From 2022 to 2025, Arsenal went on to lead the Premier League for most of the season. Yet the month of April was always their nemesis. They lost the Premier League 3 times with a bad run in the last games, sitting in second place. 3 seasons in a row, the only Premier League team to ever achieve that. With each year, they strengthen their squad, improve their tactics, but still come short. And in football, you don't get a trophy for an almost. However, in the 2025/2026 season, all that has changed because this time, they did it. They led the league for most of the season and let their rivals, Man City, bottle a narrow lead at the last moments. Also, with the Liverpool side having the worst season in the past decade, and several teams going through transition phase. Arsenal took full advantage of this. They weren't the most entertaining team, or the most flashy, but they were effective. Colossus defending, a low block and almost perfect set pieces. Attack wins you games, defence wins you trophies. That statement was so spot on for Arsenal this season. Yes, they didn't win the Champions League, despite getting so close, but they won the Premier League after 22 years of waiting. The wait is finally over. They are in the top 6 clubs, with something to show for it this time.